Madison final coming out onto the track. Neutral lap to get them going, 120 laps of racing, sprint every 10 for points. First is 5 points, then 3, 2 and 1 as they go across the line. Take a lap on the field, you gain 20 points and double points on the final sprint, 10, 6, 4 and 2. So the race is now underway, and with sprints every 10 laps for those points, 5, 3, 2 and 1, very important to make the changes just at the right time approaching those sprints to give yourself a maximum slingshot and speed advantage to go for those sprint points. A lot of the teams do struggle to get the timing right just when they are about to change.
Yeah, I think communication is very key when there's two of you out there.
France take another 5 points. That's 2 sprint wins and a second place. They are dominating so far. And the gap is starting to open up, but it's the French now that make the change on the front of the peloton, and you can see immediately the increase in speed of the peloton. That's Wayne Pomario just pointing out to everybody here who is leading the race, and it's the Danish team that's definitely off the front, being chased down by France.
So it's Valentine Fortin. She sees the danger, as we said before. She's not going to wait for everyone else to do the work. She is on the go, and we have Martina Fidanza on her wheel.
Well, there it is. The lap has been taken by Denmark. Solo lap as well. So super tough job to do it. And the chase was on as well, so it wasn't given to them, and really close there. And the French team almost missing a change.
Well, I think it looked like they might have, but as long as they touch their hands, then that's considered a change. So then the riders can switch over. But if they don't touch hands, you can't switch.
Skills to pay the bills from France. First change at the front though. Australia, ooh, very tight squeeze as France goes over the top. Great Britain as well. So the next sprint, here it is, and perfectly timed change for France, right at the bell. Fantastic performance there. Valentine Fortin that goes down the back straight. It's Georgia Baker from Australia that's fighting to stay on the wheel to pick up some points here as well. Can Baker come around the outside of Fortin? And no, she cannot. So Fortin and France picking up another 5 points ahead of the 3 points on offer there for Australia. Denmark still in the mix, so they keep picking up points as well. They were third across the line, lead the overall standings. 24 laps to go. They'll come around to get 23. They'll start to set themselves up again now for the next intermediate sprint. And this is going to be important for this team. Oh, that's not good for France. They need to get points in these next sprints, and they've just missed a change. So that's going to be really tough now for Barras to stay in this race. At least the pace was off a little bit. But now as they accelerate for this next sprint, that was not good for the French team to miss a change at a crucial point in this race. And it's going to be 5 points to Great Britain. And look at that, across the line in 4th place. France did pick up a point, but only 1. And Denmark, though, were ahead of them. So that was a really unfortunate situation for France in particular. One thing, though, with 8 laps to go, there are not enough points now left, or not enough time to take a lap. So Denmark will win the gold medal. The race still is open for silver, definitely, though, for the bronze. And look how the peloton has been blown to pieces by the acceleration from Michaela Drummond from New Zealand. It is Fortin from France that sits in 2nd position. Going over, up around the outside. Italy still there as well. So France, by the effort they're putting in here with 2 laps to go, they are guaranteeing themselves that they will get the silver medal. The gold, that's already gone. It's going to Denmark. It's been an incredible ride by them as we go down the back straight, the bell the time as they come around this time. And there's the final change for France. They will be sprinting for the 10 points on offer. They will be getting the silver medal at the end of this race. What's going to happen for the bronze, though? That's definitely still in the mix. France, Italy, New Zealand, then it's the United States of America. So New Zealand, I think, might be able to get those 10 points to go to Italy. Italy jump up into the bronze medal position ahead of New Zealand.
Jakarta. We
finals now for the men's Keirin. And this is the race for 7th to 12th place. And Matthew Richardson in second position there. He wouldn't be too happy with being in this race either.
There is 3 more laps to fight.
And he's trying to cover himself. You can see in the blue there, that's Quintero desperately trying to hold onto the wheel of Matt Richardson. 2 laps to go as they come through though. Down the back straight, Richardson in a good position. And of course this is the race for 7th place. Shinji Nakano it is that's coming through though with 1 lap to go at the front. Richardson in second position. Here comes Richardson. Quintero on his wheel as well. But it's Nakano that's just now not being able to hold them off as Richardson comes over the top for Australia, and he will take 7th place ahead of Kevin Quintero from Colombia. And Nakano just holding on for 9th place overall. Obara in 10th. And Hoogland a little bit disappointed further back for him. On to the race for the medals, though.
They are lined up, ready to roll. We'll have Rayson here in the world champion colours, so he'll be looking to take a gold medal home. Silver in the team sprint yesterday.
Down to Sam Dakin. He's really impressed. He's developed in the last couple of years. And Cornish really slow to go off the start line, and there was an issue in one of the earlier rounds. Move now from Harry Levreisen. The bike comes off, 3 laps to go, and the world champ not messing about. Trying to come straight to the front, but look at Sam Dakin. He backed himself in the earlier rounds and went very early. He stepped out into the world champion just to stop his run. And now Harry Levreisen, who's been stuck around the outside now for a lap and a half. What's that going to cost him as they come around the next time to get the bell? Big ride now from the world champ. On the front, a long way from home. Sam Dakin in second position. 1 lap to go now here in the Nations Cup Keirin final for the men. It's the world champ Harry Levreisen down the back straight, and you can see what it's starting to cost him because Azazul Awang's shoulder to shoulder up around the outside. 2 riders going down, and Levreisen just holds off Awang to get the win. Yakovlev gets 3rd. Tom Cornish through for 4th. Track now, the first of the best of 3 for the women's bronze medal race, and it's an all-British affair. Sophie Capewell versus Emma Finucane. And it's Finucane that's in the first position. Capewell sitting in second. They know each other very well indeed, obviously as training partners, but Finucane it is. Capewell just trying to weave up and down the track a little bit. Capewell slightly faster in the qualifying round, but 1 lap to go now. You can throw that out the window. It's all about tactics. Who wants it more? It's a bronze medal on offer. This is the first of the best of 3, and it's Capewell that comes up around the outside. Finucane, a little bit of extra time out of the saddle to get to maximum speed, and she's trying to fight on the inside to hold off Capewell. Didn't quite achieve it, though. It's going to go to the photo, but I think it was Capewell on the outside that got to the line first. So 1 up in the best of 3 for Sophie Capewell. So 1 hand on the bronze medal for Capewell. Finucane needs to do something to try and take it to that decider. Capewell leads away. Finucane in second position. Emma must win this to take it to a decider to give herself a chance of getting the bronze. But gee, in the last round, that first race, Capewell really did look in control. She's in first position, and now Emma Finucane. A little bit of extra speed. So Finucane in second position, Capewell in the front. Capewell 1 up in the best of 3. She just wins this and she's got a bronze medal for herself. Bit of pressure coming from Finucane, trying to ride high on the track now. Capewell looking to be completely in control as they go into the back straight. And Finucane into the slipstream though, so she's able to close the gap down up into the final bend, fighting around the outside, but Capewell it is on the inside trying to hold her off. Finucane gets there though, over the top. What a ride from Finucane. It'll go to a photo, but it certainly looked to me, if it was the rider on the outside, Emma Finucane, that is taking it to a decider. And you can see the coaching staff from Great Britain cannot believe how close the racing has been between their two riders. And there you go, it's confirmation. It was Emma Finucane getting the win, so it's going to a decider.
Emma Finucane closes a win in the second round.
So Finucane on the inside, Capewell on the top. Winner gets the bronze medal. No difference in equipment, no difference in training and preparation between these two riders. This is a battle of the minds. 2 laps to go to a bronze medal. Pace just starting to pick up a little bit. Finucane now looking over the shoulder constantly. Capewell starting to get a little bit of height. Finucane countering that by a bit of acceleration at the bottom. Capewell again with a little bit more aggression out of the saddle. Both riders now 1 lap to go. Bronze medal at the end of this 250 metres. Down the back straight, it's Finucane that leads, but Capewell bounces out of the saddle. You can see the fatigue in the legs of both of these riders. So much racing over the last couple of days, and it's the youngster that's coming away with the bronze. Emma Finucane, strong enough to finish it off and get the bronze. That was tough. You could see how tired they were.
There you go. There's a hug. That answers our question.
Great camaraderie.
That's it.
And it was a fair fight, that's for sure. On to the race now for the women's sprint gold and silver medals. It's the world champion Mathilde Gros up against Leah Friedrich from Germany. You have mentioned the focus on the face, the scary focus of the world champion whenever she is preparing for these sprints. It's quite intimidating.
Yeah, she means business. But she's up against Sophie Friedrich, so she's very experienced as well. Both 23 years of age, both fierce competitors.
Out of the saddle now. Just trying to get that little bit of speed for free. The higher up the track you can go, the more downhill you get as a run towards the line. But it's Friedrich that comes to the bell in front. Nice little gap though as in the slipstream. Mathilde Gros down the back straight, comfortably up to the shoulder of Friedrich around the final bend. Can she hold it all the way into the finishing straight, get the downhill run? And that's 1 up in the best of 3 for the world champion, Mathilde Gros. She gets the win, and that was a confidence builder as well. Such a strong victory. Mathilde Gros now looking to try and put her second hand on the gold medal. She has 1 on it at the moment after winning the first race up against Leah Friedrich.
Gros in control.
Down the back straight. They'll hear the bell the next time they come around. Out of the saddle for Leah Friedrich, trying to get some extra height. Trying to counteract that though, Mathilde Gros accelerating as well at the front. Here they come, 1 lap to a gold medal for Mathilde Gros. Friedrich doing everything she can to stop that from happening. Still high on the track as they go down the back straight though. Friedrich a long way from the back wheel of Mathilde Gros. You don't give a world champion that much distance on the final lap, and that's why Mathilde is going to come away with the gold medal. 2 straight wins for her, and a gold medal here at the Nations Cup. Look at that, pumping the chest. The world champ, she's on top.
It's always nice to see the world champ win in world champ colours.
Unless you're racing against them.
That's true. That's true.
We see the riders get underway. The first lap is neutral in this first discipline within the Omnium series, the Scratch race. So the way it works, this is the first of 4 disciplines for that make up the Omnium, the Scratch race, the Elimination, Tempo race, and then finishing with the Points race. Old school race, bunch race. First across the line at the end is the winner. They're coming around now. They'll get 10 laps to go. So into the final 10 laps, Roger Kluger swings up and out of the way.
Yeah, it's starting to heat up.
A little bit of an acceleration here. Heinen from the Netherlands. You can see the acceleration, and it's Waffler from Austria, the first attacker, that followed him as well, and that was quickly neutralised. Campbell Stewart right up there in the black colours as well. Keep an eye on him. He's a fast finisher.
this is going to be a very fast sprint. There's a lot of fresh legs out there from this, relatively easy-paced scratch race.
Well, Lindsay de Wilde fighting for that lead position. Boudat just on his wheel as well. Hashimoto now coming back up around the outside. We also have Boscado, Davide Boscado from Italy now fighting for position. 3 laps to go, 750 metres, and it's a long way from home that Hashimoto has hit the front of the peloton. This is going to be really tough to try and hang on from there. Big move now coming from Boudat from France. Where's Campbell Stewart? We've spoken a lot about him. He's sitting back in 4th position. 2 laps to go now.
Yeah, Campbell Stewart looks really good. He's sitting in 4th now, just on over the top of the Belgian. De Wilde. There was a bit of... Oh, there's a touch of wheels. They've done well. Oh, and we've got one rider down.
Big flick up the track. One rider, unfortunately, going down. But down the back straight, it looks like De Wilde that's going to come up around the outside for Belgium. He put himself in a fantastic position over the last couple of laps, and this is why he needed to do that, because he's a super fast sprinter. He takes out the scratch race. Good result there from Lindsay de Wilde from Belgium. And for now, Belgium take maximum points in the men's Omnium Scratch race, the first discipline in 4 men's Omnium Tempo race, second discipline.
So Heinen is sitting just off the back. Whether he will stay there for a few more laps to gain a few more before he joins on, because he is currently on, this is him going across now, so 4 points, he'll be on 4, which means that if he takes a lap, he'll be equal first with Campbell Stewart. So if I was him, I would try and stay for 1 or 2 more laps, but then it's a risk, because if that peloton really hits it and you don't actually make that lap, you could risk not getting those 20 points. So he's done enough now, he's on 25.
And on the back of the peloton as well. So another 20 points added. So there's a fantastic ride from him. How much did it cost him? 12 laps to go now in the men's tempo race.
Yep, so now his job is to sit on the back of that wheel and follow it. And it is so painful when you've done all that effort and now the peloton is strung out. So he's just going to, he can see him hanging on.
Ouch. You can see the pain, the body language and the grimace on the face.
Yeah, that is his only job. That's his only job. Oh, there's a crash, there's a crash.
Oh, he's gone down as well. So 3 riders going down, including the discipline leader in Philip Heinen, straight over the top, just as he was struggling to hold the wheel. Now he's touched down. And they have neutralised the race. So you can see here, trying to backpedal, move around and go over the top.
No way.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
This is the thing, once these riders are in the red, it's really hard. And they're like, he was looking at the wheel, that's all he was doing. And these mistakes happen. A clip of the wheels, someone goes down and there's nowhere to go. So yeah, it's really intense. When you're in the red, the mistakes start to happen. And big shame for him, because he was looking like he was going to win that race.
And this is something great to see. Not all the bruises and the dirt from the side, but it's just good to see that he's back up on the bike. Shake of the head, he cannot believe what just happened. Took a lap on the field, was absolutely digging deep to just hang back in there, and then went down. Leader of the tempo at the moment on 25 points. He was able to get back out there and going again. Matthias stealing his thunder, going for that attack right from the start.
So that was the bell, which means that next lap he will get another point. So this is a really good move.
And the peloton for the first time staying huddled together.
Campbell Stewart's looking interested.
1 point to Matthias. So
he's got a good gap.
Up. Yep, point. 9 laps to go. 8 laps to go now as he comes down the straight. There's Graham Frisley, the Australian, trying to get into this race as well.
Yeah, Matthias's pace has dropped though. I think it won't be long before Mora catches him. But Matthias has done enough. He's got enough points. He'll be happy with that. So Sebastian Mora is coming around now. So now Sebastian will get this point.
Sebastian Mora leads the way. Colby Lange from the United States in second position. Huge effort from Lange, but no points being gained. And there's a big chase coming from behind as well. Thibault from Switzerland leads a group of 4.
So Lange's on 0 at the moment, so he's going to have to try and catch Sebastian and get that point before the group behind him catches him.
And it's not going to happen, Nettie. It is not going to be happening, because there's Mora still out in front. He's going to struggle to hold on as well as we see.
De Wilde
De Wilde up around the outside. He catches Mora as well. So there's another point to the overall classification leader, Lindsay De Wilde. And he's really going on with this.
So 3 laps to go, 3 points on offer.
And there's another point for him. 2 to
go
go as they came through. So he'll come around. He's got 2 more scoring opportunities. And the gap's really opening up. So it does look it's going to be Lindsay De Wilde all the way through to the finish now.
And Lindsay's in 2nd place at the moment. So with this point, he'll be in equal first.
And there's a big race coming from behind as well. It's Ollie Wood that's trying to come around the outside and trace down De Wilde down the back straight. Quarter of a lap to go. Will De Wilde hold on for the last one? He will, because Ollie Wood realised he wasn't going to get there. So another point going to Lindsay De Wilde. So we do have the winner there in Philip Heinen on 25 points. So hats off to him to have to come out with a crash as well. But he has won the tempo race. Lindsay De Wilde, though, he continues to lead the overall classification as well after winning the scratch race and now 2nd in the tempo race. So the Belgian rider really on fire with 2 more disciplines to come within the men's Omnium. Daniel Christa in the blue colours, and looks like we're all set to go. Mora is on the start line and we're underway once more. So change of chains. Fix things up there for the rider in 2nd place in the overall standing, Sebastian Mora from Spain.
As you see, it's on from the gun.
Well, fight for position, and we've seen in Omnium eliminations in the past, riders that think they're going to be in contention for the overall standings can get caught out and eliminated early. So we've had the bell for the first elimination lap, and we look towards the back of the peloton now, and we can actually see Ollie Wood from Great Britain right down underneath on the inside. That's not where you want to be.
Ooh,
Across the top. It was right down the bottom there. I'll wait for confirmation. But it was Ollie Wood.
Oh.
It was Ollie Wood. So he was sitting in 5th place in the overall standings. That's the danger of being underneath. Well, these elimination laps, they come thick and fast every 2. You've got to fight for position to not be eliminated. Then straight away you're into it again. Matias from Portugal being told by his coaching staff, get up around the outside. He's doing exactly that.
Ooh.
The overall leader, very close to being eliminated. I think it was Thibault from Switzerland. It was.
Yeah, that was close. Very, very close.
Valette Thibault from Switzerland, the next to go. But that was not very good from Lindsay De Wilde. He needs to get himself out if he wants to keep himself in this bike race. 5 riders left now. Next elimination lap. And once again, the Belgian, he's gone to the front, he's gone to the back, he's gone to the front again. And now, caught underneath. This is danger zone for the overall race leader, Lindsay De Wilde. Hansen leads them across the line, but it's the Belgian that is not going to get maximum points from the elimination race. Not too bad for him, though, because he scored so well in the first 2 disciplines. Now Stewart trying to box Tidwell in, and look at this for a race down the back straight. So Hansen doesn't have to go full gas here because they have a rider in the pocket, and that's Tidwell. Campbell Stewart riding incredibly smart to tactically outmaneuver the British rider. Will Tidwell is out.
At that moment, he has to either reverse and go around the outside, but that's really hard to do on those gears and at that point in that race. Tobias Hansen versus Campbell Stewart. Campbell Stewart, 2019 Omnium World Champion. Tobias Hansen, 20 years of age. It's a drag race. Campbell Stewart has the inside line. He's looking over his shoulder. He's got this all under control.
Down the back straight. He looks in absolute control here, Campbell Stewart, the former world champion, just easing away down the front straight. So there's the maximum points win for getting the elimination victory for Campbell Stewart. It's a good ride also there by Tobias Hansen from Denmark, finished 2nd. Riders now coming onto the track, and that's for the points race, the final discipline within the Omnium series, the men's Omnium points race coming up now, the 4th of the 4 races. Lindsay De Wilde is leading the way on 112 points, only 6 points now ahead of Campbell Stewart. So the points they were gaining from each of the individual rounds now get tallied together. So they start this final points race with their overall standings. And what typically does happen, Nettie, as you know, in these races, the top 3 or 4 riders start to really focus on each other. That creates an opportunity for the riders sitting in 5th, 6th and 7th to jump away and steal multiple laps. Halfway point next time around. Next sprint's up for grabs. Mora's there. Vincent Hoppezak, Dutch rider in the black colours, out there in front. And yeah, we saw him in the tempo race riding well. Philip Heinen has bridged himself across, but the 5 points, that goes to Hopperzak. Well, with Sebastian Mora out there in this little group, they're not too far, you can see, to get into the back of the peloton. And the top 3 riders in De Wilde, Stewart and Tidball are allowing Sebastian Mora from Spain to come right back in contention for the overall standings and the gold medal. And then while that was happening, he's allowed Campbell Stewart to go off the front. The rider that has missed this, though, this is the big thing, is Lindsay De Wilde, the overall standings leader from Belgium. He was glued to the back wheel of Campbell Stewart earlier on, but now Stewart has been unleashed. He's got up the front of the peloton.
Yeah, this is a major mistake from Lindsay De Wilde. We said that they would be following everybody, each person wherever they went. So Campbell Stewart has done a brilliant job to manage to dislodge him from his wheel and get off the front without him. So if he gets this lap, he will go up in 20 points, taking the overall lead.
And again, there's a bit of a discussion amongst themselves as to whether they should or shouldn't. Can they hold on for the next sprint? That's what might be happening at the back of the field. And it's too late, though. The peloton was going too slow. Campbell Stewart has jumped into the back of the peloton. He'll go to the top of the leaderboard. There you go. You can see on the left-hand top of the screen, 20 points have been added to Campbell Stewart's tally. He is now the new leader.
Yep, and as he's done that, we have Roger Kluger going off the front. So as we said, he's going to go and take some laps. So now it begins. So 30 laps to go. He's got some work to do, but he's now taken the 5 points for the sprint. And then they will carry on with this and try and go for the 20.
3 riders off the front. Peloton starting to disintegrate behind. Kluger picks up the 5 in front of Lang and Thibault from Switzerland. It's a little bit further back for Tobias Hansen. He's in 4th place on 109 points. Valerie Thibault from Switzerland coming around to pick up the 5 points. Matthias Gillimet is about to get himself across to those 3. You can see that the top of the left-hand side there. They're about to get around. Now, this changes things a little bit as well. They'll get to the peloton. They'll get their 20 points for the lap gain. And that means there's some points back on offer again in these next 2 sprints for riders back in the peloton.
Well, Matthias, Tobias Hansen from Denmark is on his own. You can see him, yep, top left-hand side of the screen. So he is now in the lead.
He's chasing the medals. He's sitting in 4th at the moment, but he's out there all on his own trying to get the job done. Well, Campbell Stewart has gone down to the front, and he's just trying to keep the average speed of the peloton up. You can see the danger coming from Hansen, who's still trying to get onto the back of the peloton to gain the 20 points for the lap gain. So Stewart just dragging everybody forward a little bit, keeping the average speed high in the peloton, but you can see how much damage it's doing.
Yeah, he's always looking over his shoulder. He knows where his opponents are. He was looking at Lindsay De Wilde, but now he also has to look for Sebastian Mora. So Sebastian's straight on it. He's up at the front, always in contention. We have Tobias Hansen. So if he comes around, he will take the 5 points.
And they do only ring the bell for the leader on the track. So the peloton sometimes don't realise where they sit. Hansen did come through to pick up the 5 points.
Gee whiz, what a ride. These Danish riders, and they're taking laps. It's amazing. He won gold in the TP last night too. There he goes, making contact onto the back. That's 20 more points added to his tally.
That'll take him to the outright lead. 4 points ahead of Campbell Stewart. So that is an incredible ride from Tobias Hansen. He was out there on his own for so long. He picked up the 5 points. He's picked up a lap gain as well, and there is 1 sprint still to come.
But this is not a good situation. There are 3 riders going off the front with 4 laps to go for Campbell Stewart. Campbell needs these points, so he needs to get up the road if he wants to take this gold medal.
Here we come around. The 3 riders out in front, fighting for the final sprint. The real race for the medals, though, that's further back behind. It may be too far behind. Hopperzak it is that's leading down the back straight. That's the Mexican rider in 2nd position. So Hopperzak will pick up the 10 points, but the race for the medals, they're coming up to the line now, and no points for Campbell Stewart as they came across the line. So that guarantees the gold medal goes to the man that looks pretty surprised, but he's very happy indeed. Tobias Hansen, hats off, what a ride. Solo lap taken, stealing the gold medal from the big favourites right at the front.
okay?